Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel Dinda. In case this is the first time you're seeing me, and in case you're a returning subscriber, you guys, welcome to welcome back. Yeah. So my name is Rachel Dinda. My name is Rachel Dinda. I am a mom of one. That is Ifoje Nyonatena on your timeline. So by the title of this video, you already know we broke up. So yeah, there's never gonna be the right it's never gonna be right. The right time to do this video will never come. That's what I've concluded by this far, because this video is long overdue. It's not my type of content, and it's not a fun video, and it's one video that will be like one of the most vulnerable times, and it will be the most vulnerable video that I've ever done. So yeah, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to do this video. There's never gonna be the right way or the right time to do this video. It's not my cup of tea. So yeah, I haven't tried to do my makeup so that I could feel good about myself. Because you know, when you look good, you actually feel good. So yeah, let's get into it. Let me try first to give some context to the relationship. And if you're new here, I'm talking about my baby daddy. And I just have to clarify this here on my YouTube channel, because I used to post him bits and bits when we were like happy, I guess. And yeah, we were like a family. So there are times when, because I just do lifestyle content, times zingine when he's cooking for us, or when he's doing things for us, or when he's just playing with his baby, our son, I will shoot snippets and I will include them on my videos. Yeah, I was just doing like family vlogs, to say the least. So a little bit context about my relationship with my baby daddy, who is my ex, I guess. It's safe to say that. But yeah, so one thing I should give a disclaimer: this is my truth, this is the side of my truth, and yeah, this is my truth. And I'm not here to make him look bad, I'm not here to seek sympathy votes. And I'm so proud of myself that I've done this video years later, 2 years later. It's even almost 3 years later. Yeah, I've done this video 3 years later, since when all this started happening, and it has just been a cycle of the things that used to happen before. So I met my baby daddy. Okay, I'm not like seated comfortably, I'm just seated bedroom, niko bedroom, and I'm wearing an onesis. So let me try to be comfortable. A little bit of context to the relationship. I met my baby daddy when I was 20 years, I guess. I was 20 years at the time, and he was 27 years. Or I was 20 going 21, and he was 27 going 28, thereabout. I met him in 2017, and that's about how many years ago? 7 going 8, because we met sometime in November. So I met him in November 2017, and I was actually working at the time. I was in campus, I guess, second year, and I was working these promotion jobs, zenye these jobs that when you're in campus, the side hustle. So I was doing the promo girls jobs, and I just like started them. I was like 1 month into the job, and that's how I met him. He participated in one of the draws, and I'm the one who entered him into the draw. And this was the first time we met, and we met through his former friend. No, I don't know if they talk right now, but I think let's say former classmate. They went to school together, and that's basically how we met. And I introduced myself just like how I used to introduce myself to every other client, nikiwaingiza when I was entering them into the draw. So the promotion was uh, at this certain club in Salga, and he came all the way because he was invited by his friend, who actually happened to be my supervisor at the time, I was working with True Black. You know, this campus jobs then you do, and you're paid 1,500 per day. Let's say from 5 p.m. to like 11 p.m. Yeah, those ones. And this particular one was uh, a promotion to do with Guinness. So I think they were introducing a new flavor. Is it Guinness Smooth, or I don't know, or it was just like to increase sales for the Guinness brand and to make it more popular across the town, Nakuru town. And I used to do these promos in Nakuru. I've done them in Kitale, no, in Eldoret. I've done them in Kericho during the same time from November to December. I actually did the promos for 2 months only, and I did quit. So when I met with my baby daddy at the time, I was dating. So after I entered him into the draw, he asked for my number, and I asked for a tip because he actually won a TV, a Samsung TV 40-inch. Yeah, so he tipped me and he was like, give me your number so that I can send the tip to you M-Pesa because I don't have cash. And then he was like, so is 500 enough? And I'm like, then I was so naive. I still feel like I don't know how to ask for money. And I couldn't like say no because it's not my money. I'm not entitled to anyone's money. So I was like, yeah, it's okay. And there he got my number, he searched me the 500 bob, and that was it. And after that, uh the same night we went partying with my friend, my best friend at the time. So when we went partying, accidentally or coincidentally, the same guy was in the same club, and he saw me and he approached me and he was like, hi Ray, kindly please join me. And I think he was with his friends, and I was like politely like no, because maybe I don't know how to entertain um somebody who I'm not attracted to. Plus I was dating, so it was just respectful. I don't cheat, like maybe when I'm over you and I'll tell you. So I'm really the loyal kind of girlfriend, and this is just not a tikuji boast. So he invited me and I was like, no, I actually have my friends upstairs and I'm going to be hanging out with them. And that was it. And later on, after this day, he kept texting me, and I never gave in to his advances. Alikuwa ananikatia, but I wasn't interested. Fast forward to 1 year later, I was single. I'd broken up with my long-time boyfriend, now who's the ex before him. And we dated for like 3 to 4 years. Uh, and now that we were broken up, my baby daddy still kept pursuing me, texting me, hey, can we just go out for a coffee date? Can we get to know each other? And I'd always been like telling him no respectfully, like hata zingine nilikuwa na ignore. He'll text me and I'll never even open. Hata blue ticks hakuwa anapata, grey ticks. And siko ubaya, maybe I don't know how to entertain people. That's just me. And my communication skill is so bad, leave alone my communication with men. With women, my friends, my family, I need to work on it. So that's how we came to know about each other. And now that you guys know, fast forward to 2018 November, we reconnected and we met again for like the third time, because the previous time when we met, we actually hung out like twice with him and my friends. And at this particular time, my friends were telling me this guy really likes me, but I wasn't interested. So I was just there for fun. It was just like hanging out. He was buying drinks for my friends and I, and that was it. And remember when we were in campus, this is basically like campus life, like form, you get it. Mse wa mwenye anatolea form at the moment. Fast forward to 2018, that's when we reconnected after like a whole year. And he asked to come to my place. And by this particular time, I was actually in church. I had broken up with my long-term boyfriend. I'd stopped drinking. I'd stopped partying kabisa. And I was in church. I was even like in CU, Egerton, yeah, praise and worship and stuff. So I was getting my shit together. I was becoming a good girl. And I was like, mambo ya nasa nimeacha. So when we reconnected, akanikatia, and because he was different. I felt he was different. He was definitely not the type I was used to dating. And by this time, I just like had two exes. So what did I know? I was just like a young baby. And at this point, I was 21 years because we met when I was 20. Now I'm 21. And he's actually 7 years older than me. And so we decided to give it a try. I convinced myself and told myself, you know what, trying wouldn't hurt me. So going into 2019, we started dating. I think in February, the start of the first week in February, that's when we started romancing. So we started dating 2018 November, and in 2019 we continued dating all the way to 2020 when I got pregnant with my son, with our son. And this is how life changed. It took a drastic, I don't know. I don't want to like get into to dive in so deep, but I just want to give you guys some context so that you can get where I'm coming from and how life had been. And even before I got pregnant, there were cases of cheating, infidelity from his side, and he even cheated on me with my best friend at the time, and that really took a toll on me. It hurt me so much, so badly that I broke up with him, and I was not in contact with him for like a month. And when I came back, because it was in 2019, about when did I graduate? November. So it was around September. We had broken up. I finished school in June, going July. So July, I shifted to my parents' place in Nairobi, and he used to stay in Nakuru. Yeah. So we broke up because during this time I got to know from a classmate who happened to be a friend to my ex best friend of campus, that kumbe walikuwa they had a thing with my boyfriend, and I didn't know. I was in the dark. I would come to his place, I'm studying, I'm cooking for him, doing wifey duties for our boyfriend, sprinkle sprinkle. Yani, I was so naive. I was so, one thing about me, when I'm in love, I'll go all out. I will do, I don't even want to get into that. So imagine me, I'm at his house, with his brother, hanging out, waiting for him, cooking dinner, washing utensils, still revising for my end of year exams because I was just about to finish my fourth year. And he's out with my friend, Ampeleka beshte yangu Java. He's taken her out to grab nyama choma and fries. The same time, I'm at his house cooking for him, my best friend. Who will do that? Ooh, some men. And this is something I came to know about like so many months later after it happened. So my ex best friend confessed, and I tricked her, and I got to know a lot of information, and it was so painful. I have all the evidence, I have all the screenshots, and I confronted him about it at the time. And now that I had moved back home and I had finished school, it was like a long distance relationship because I'm in Nairobi, he's in Nakuru, and we even met with my friend because I wanted all the tea about everywhere they went, how many times they met up. Hey, it was heartbreaking. I was shown the texts. He's texted with me and he's also flirting with her. I was so young, and this was in 2019. So I got to know about this and actually broke up with him. And I even started seeing someone else. There was someone else next in line hitting on me, and the guy, he was an engineer. He was called Mike. I think he was so cute, and I turned him down because I felt like I don't want to start afresh. I've started something with this one, and he was apologizing. He was saying we meet. He was so sorry. He wants to explain to me in person that my ex best friend is lying to me. She omitted some stuff. She added some information that were not true. So he was basically defending himself, and I was so naive. When I came to do my clearance, I told him to bring my stuff to me in town, and it was just a trick. He told me, let's go pick them up, and that's how we ended back together. So we got back together in 2019 November, September, November, after a whole month of not being together. And yeah, so basically, it's like I forgave him over time because it really hurt me. And for me to heal and to get over him hitting on my best friend and then also flirting with my cousin, me, imagine, I've always been naive. I gave my friend and my cousin the number because I was so naive. I trusted them. And one thing about me, you can trust me around your men. Yani, you don't have to worry. And I'm the kind of friend who'll tell you that your man is behaving funny towards me because I love my friendships and I respect my friends. And I think we all deserve friendships that they won't go behind your back. Anyway, this is long ago. It happened. I felt so bad for myself. It took it took time for me to get over it, honestly. And every time we will have issues, I'll bring that up because it hurt me so badly. I didn't see it coming because we would hang out with my I would invite my friend to our place. Anyway, yeah, dear. I've been through it. Fast forward to I won't even get into him hitting on my cousin because this guy will always like defend himself. He'll always have an excuse and an explanation at hand. Yani ameshafikiria vile atakudanganya, akumanipulate, uone wewe ndio hata uko na shida. You'll start feel like you're going crazy or you're the one who's delusional and that what he did is okay. Fast forward, now it's 2019. Corona imeanza. I was working, by the way. I was working at the casino. I've done a story time about me working at the casino and how that life was, but I didn't even exhaust. I think I'm going to bring part two of that. I did this story around 3 years ago, working at the casino. So I got a job at the casino before I even graduated. So I even paid for my graduation. Imagine, I was a big girl doing big things. And this is one thing that I come from a humble background and I've been helping my mom, my siblings willingly, and I love doing it. I love providing for them because we've really struggled in my family and I know the struggles. And one of my prayers has always been to see myself giving my family the life that we never had and them experiencing a very good life, and it gives me so much joy. So I was working, and at the same time I was doing my internship throughout the whole year. Yeah, 2020 corona did strike in 2019, but it got to us at around February March 2020. So we had to tukasimamishwa job because casino is in the entertainment industry. So here I am. I was living in a bed sitter. I was paying my rent and doing all these things on my own. I had my life together. I was getting my life together. Small achievements, like buying your furniture, paying your rent, yeah, such things. And I'm dating this guy who is well off at the time. He was well off. He had a good job even when we met. And yeah, so I never used to be the type to like let my boyfriend do things for me unless he offered to. But in our case, I think I was comfortable. I was just the understanding girlfriend. I wasn't getting any money from him. Contrary to what my friends thought, my friends used to think that I was living a large life, that I would get girlfriend allowance, and they would ask me insane amounts of money. Babe, give me 10K. And so I'm just surviving on my casino salary. I don't even get a shilling from this guy. But we're still dating because for me, it's not about the money. It's about true love. I love this guy. So I thought at the time. And anyway, so fast forward to March. His birthday is usually 2nd of April. And my birthday is at March 14th. So our birthdays are like 2 weeks apart. So he came to surprise me all the way in Nairobi. which was super cute. But kumbe at the time he was cheating on me with some other lady, and all this I came to find. I used to be the person who goes through my partner's phone, and I still advocate for that, yani, because there are some things I would never have known if I didn't go through his phone. So these things of him cheating, flirting with different women, every time I would go through his phone, I would find him messing up. Every time, I promise you, and I will cry. I will cry. Hey, now I'm laughing, but yo, it wasn't easy. And I'm just a young baby. I didn't understand why I'm going through this. Am I not enough? I will doubt my worth. I will doubt, Kwani, what am I not giving him? Because he's gotten everything. We are intimate. What else does he want? Why is he going after my friend? Why is he going after my cousin? And it was such a messy time for me. So in January 2020, I came over to his place. I will lie to my supervisor and I will tell him that I'm feeling sick, so I will take some sick leave. Yeah, is it called that? Like 2-3 days, so that I could just come and spend time with him, because I didn't want him to complain that I'm doing two jobs. Imagine I didn't used to sleep from January to March to April. This is what I used to do. In the morning, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., I'm at the hospital doing my internship, which was compulsory for you to show up and to do the 1 year internship in the hospital setting. And in the evening, from 6:30, 7, I'm in the casino working, and it's not easy work. You're standing like all through. And instead of me sleeping during my break time, I used to get a 1 hour break, because the supervisor alikuwa anaelewa I'm doing two jobs, and I'm struggling. I'm trying. Everyone in that casino used to know that I'm really like pushing myself to the limit, because I didn't have another chance. I had to pay my rent. I had to do my internship to secure my license and stuff, you know. And mimi, I don't come from a family yenye they will pay for rent for me, because they are also struggling. So now that I've finished school, I've appreciated that through the struggles we managed to get through university. And now that I'm outside, I believed in myself. I can juggle the two. And I didn't used to sleep. Instead of sleeping at 11 p.m. for 1 hour to 12, I'll be calling this guy like on video call. Hey babe, how was your day? Yeah, I'm also at work. He knows that I'm working two jobs. Two freaking jobs, and you're still cheating on that hardworking girl. How? There's nothing men won't do. And they'll cheat on the most beauty. It's not about beauty. Um it's not about you, it's about them. It's not that you're not enough, you are enough. And you lose yourself in a relationship thinking that you're not enough, or thinking that there's something wrong with you, and literally the whole time it's just upungufu wao. It has nothing to do with you. So it's something that you have to like keep reminding yourself. And when you see the red flags, walk out. I didn't walk out. I kept giving him so many chances. And yeah, I'm eating iso my me assuming so many things. I ended up paying for them so dearly. I was so young, I didn't have the right guidance. Yani, I was so naive. If I knew what I know now, then maybe the trajectory of things would have been so different. But it has already happened. Maji yakimwagika yazoleki. You pick up the pieces, you move forward. So in 2020 January, I came, and this time he's in the shower. I'm calling him like, hello. He's in the shower, and his phone is ringing, and I'm just seated next to it, and I see the name calling imeandikwa Nat F. And Nat F, you can't even tell it's a girl's name. But I thought it's a business friend or somebody, or it's just a colleague, or even if it's whatever. But from the first, venye tu nilifeel hiyo simu, venye niliona hiyo jina, when I saw that name, I didn't pick anything from it. But here's when it gets interesting. So I told him when he's still in the bathroom, like, hey, your phone is ringing. And he asked me who's calling, and I said the name. Imagine this guy came running speed ingine ile ya flash. Sasa kuna masabuni everywhere, and I was like, kwani how important is it where you like rushing from the bafu hivyo, so you'll fall down with all this like So that raised my eyebrows. I was like, what? That's fishy. He's acting fishy. And he took his phone and he went to receive it. And I was like, something's up. So usiku akilala, mimi, as usual, I'm such a DCI. I think he had put, at the time, his phone alikuwa make a fingerprint. I just waited for him to sleep and he was knocked out. And I took his finger, I placed it there, and voila, the phone did open. And mimi huyo messages, I'm screening through to just see who is flirting with, who's new here, who's the girl who ni wale repeat. There are sometimes there were like girls who time and again they're like at the thing, they're like flirting, they're meeting up behind my back, they're doing things behind my back, and they were like repeat repeat cases, and then there are new cases. So I'm here taking my research seriously, and there were so many women and girls this at this point, and when I'm writing them, I couldn't like cram all of them, so I had to take a full scalp and a pen. This is how bad it was, because there were so many to the point and hata nikieka kwa nini taking short notes. I was taking short notes, like, okay, for example, Linda, they met here, just for me to remember and not to confuse, because there were so many, because just taking numbers and their names wasn't enough. I needed to have context to each conversation, like some short notes. So I took a pen and paper and I started taking notes and numbers of the different women, and there were over 10, trust you me. And it's so crazy because this story that I'm telling you right now, months later from that incident, he told his friends, he told his best friend, and his best friend was dating my best friend. So, and the best friend is still my best friend, and now we still laugh at how crazy that life was. Yani, you're going through shit and he'll make fun of it, like hata Rea alichukua juzi full scalp na paper akaandika watu wote chini. And I was so naive, not me going through his phone and getting all this information, and few days later I'm on my phone and I'm trying to to hear from these ladies their side of the story. Like, do you know that he has a girlfriend? Do you know that he has a wife? I'm confronting them, I'm asking them how many times they've hung out, are they deep into it, have they had sex, or is just flirting, because they were meeting. And there was this girl that caught my attention because things were more serious with her. He was promising her that we have this big deal that is happening and I'm going to get you a new phone, because the girl was complaining that when they are calling mara they're not like waelewani vizuri because her phone imechapa. So the guy, my man, was promising her, I'll get you a phone very soon. And mimi, I'm in Nairobi doing 2 jobs, hustling, I'm not sleeping, I'm calling him like, hey, I just want the relationship to work. I want the relationship to feel normal. Asiseme that my girlfriend is busy at work. I'm here sacrificing, doing the impossible, being a superwoman, and he's here appreciating my efforts with cheating on me. And I will find like messages like, thanks babe for the M-Pesa, and then from the names I will go to the M-Pesa and search the names, and I will find him sending someone like 4K, 6K, 2K, and Mimi, the girlfriend, I get nothing. And this is what I took from this particular situation. Wewe uko hapo unajifanya an understanding girlfriend, and your man is out here sending people money willingly. Anaulizwa do anatuma. Wewe tu uko hapo, you're an understanding girlfriend, oh, you don't want shit from your man, you just love him for who he is, and he's out here being as generous as he can be, betraying you, and you're out there saying, oh, my man, my man, my man, and ladies know your man is their man too. It's crazy that I'm laughing right now. Then it used to like affect me so much, by the way. I couldn't understand, like, I'm giving my all to this relationship. This is not what I deserved. And by the time I'm taking all these numbers and confronting these ladies, it was in March. It was in April, I think, hapo kitu 5th. I had come to celebrate him for his birthday, and unfortunately, I'd found out that I was pregnant, 2 days pregnant, when I'm like finding all these ladies, and I'm even like seeing one, they are very like close. She even comes over when I'm not around. They even like go to like fancy places, like road trips. And the lady, when I approached her, I just took her number, and I think we were texting, and I called her too, and we're having the conversation. So she was like, when she approached the guy, um he didn't like open up that he had a girlfriend, but she saw my clothes in the laundry basket, imagine, and some that was stashed away in some wardrobe. And I was like, wow, okay. And the girl used to come with a friend, and wanapatiwa fare asubuhi, wanatumua mpesa, wanaenda wanarudi, they go out partying. And what hurt me the most from this particular situation, this particular girl, he was introduced to by his friends, the same so-called friends that pretended to be my friends. And this is when I learned that your man's friends are not your friends. Yo, where? And I was so young. At this point, I was 22 years old. Yani, I had no business being with this guy, because red flags became a beautiful color. I think I was seeing maroon, I was seeing pink or something, because I still didn't leave. And I was so deep into it. By this time, I'm 2 days pregnant, and I'm so heartbroken. I'm dying. Like, my heart is so broken, like pieces. And this guy was like straight up telling me, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. There's nothing serious. I've stopped talking to her. Mind you, this girl, I found them texting in January. I let it be. And then later on, now in March, fast forward to March, I still find him texting the same person that I first saw their conversation, I think in November, when this nigga went for his sister's graduation in Cooperative University. This is how my boyfriend at that time met this Chile, and they've been conversing since November, and he's been just pretending to my eyes, and I didn't even sense it until I went through his phone. Men can lie, men can lie. Fast forward, I got pregnant in April, and how I noticed I'm pregnant, I just couldn't like stomach the scent. The alkwana, he came home, and for some reason that day I was so lazy. I just spent the whole time sleeping. I couldn't do anything, and because of the lockdown, ni ile time ya corona, I couldn't even go to my place in Nairobi, so I had to be stuck with him here. And so this time he came home, he phoned me. It's like I was feeling sick, and I was feeling a bit of nausea. And then he went in the kitchen, he started cooking. And when he added the onions and green pepper, I almost did throw up. And this is how nikajishuku, like I'm like, okay, what's that? That's weird. For some reason, for the past 2 days, I've been just sleeping. Nikienda kwa living room, I'm sleeping. In the bedroom, I'm sleeping. I'm a sleepy head, like, and now it's more intense. So the next day, I went to the hospital because I wanted to confirm my doubts, because nilijishuku, like, okay, gosh, why are these symptoms like giving pregnancy? And also looking at my flow chart, initonga flow up, the one that you track your menses, I was like a few days late. So I was like, I was so terrified, I was so scared. So I went to the doctor, they got the test, the urine test, and they told me that I'm pregnant. And yo, I've never been scared like this. I didn't know what to do. So whom did I call first? I called him. He was out for work. Alikuwa ameenda trip sijui Baringo for work. So I called him and I told him, can you talk? Are you done driving? And blah, blah, blah. I told him, I'm pregnant. I just got from the hospital, because he knew. He actually dropped me at the doctor's place, but I went in alone. I told him the results came back, and the doc said I'm pregnant, and he didn't tell me anything. He just hung up, and mimi nikaenda kwa nyumba. I went back home. I was crying. I called my best friend. I told her, you know what, I have this news and I'm really stressed. And my best friend was so she took it so well, and she was encouraging me, telling me congratulations, and telling me there's no way you aborting. So when he came back home this particular day, from the word go, he started telling me that we need to abort. Let's abort this pregnancy. There's no way you're keeping it. And I told him that we've been down this road before. We had communicated previously. I think alikuwa anachukulia jokingly, and I used to tell him, like, if one day it happens that we are pregnant and it's not planned, I'm at a planned, me, I'm not for abortion. I'm not like, for myself, I don't judge people when you're wamefanya abortion. It's okay, to each their own, and the circumstances, mimi, I don't judge. Whatever the decision, if you're okay with it, you go for it. But personally, for me, and at this particular time and point and age, I was so convicted. I didn't want to even think about removing the pregnancy. I felt so bad him asking me to abort, and this is one of the reasons that made us, like, we started on a wrong foot, even like building a family, because we were in um different, like, he was for the abortion and I wasn't, and for 4 months he kept pestering me to abort the pregnancy, but I couldn't. I refused. I was so stubborn, I was so adamant, and for the same reason he didn't like treat me well in my pregnancy. And I'm so traumatized. I was so traumatized. I was so young. I felt like I was abused emotionally. And I still try to like understand, like, okay, we all have freedom to and a right to um decision, but I feel like you should support your woman, like you should support your woman at the end of the day, because it's her body. I think the decision should lie with her, and just support her. Pregnancy is so hard, and I don't like even remembering my pregnancy journey. I don't like remembering it because I was so lonely. I don't like remembering it, and I hadn't even told my mom, so I was keeping it a secret. And then the one that is responsible, Ama, the one that we are supposed to be in it together, he's showing me attitude. He's treated me so badly. He's not talking to me. I will send him paragraphs daily, like, why are you not talking to me? Like, for a whole week the guy's not getting back to me. I felt like maybe it was wrong timing for both of us, because I was just starting to build my career. I'm so young. I'm 22 at this time. I think he's 20, yeah, 29 at the time. And maybe he didn't see a future with me, which is something that he admitted to later on. He told me that he never wanted to marry me and that it was a mistake. And it's okay. I don't want to cry here, and it's okay. That's his decision, that's his choice. But it happened, it was unplanned, and I'm so grateful to God that He gave me grace that despite it all, I managed to carry the baby to term. It was so hard. I used to cry. I was depressed. I never wanted to stay alone, so I used to go to my friend used to live in Kimbo. So many times when I'm not in my internship, especially weekends, I would go and stay with her, because I also couldn't cook for myself during my entire pregnancy period. I used to eat in the hotels, because anytime I cook, I will just puke, and my food, I felt like it was tasteless, so I wouldn't eat well. So my best friend also like took care of me this time, and also so like low. I was so lonely. I shut out so many people, especially I had a friend who was staying in Nyanyuki, and she was so supportive, but mentally I wanted to like go through it alone, because I also was protecting uh my baby daddy. I didn't want people to know that he wasn't in support of it. I felt like I was to blame. I felt like I'm covering for him. But looking back, I'm just like, I should have spoken about it to my friends. I should have been honest. it wasn't me, it wasn't a me problem. Like, he's entitled to his decision, and I shouldn't feel bad for what he wants to do, and I should let him own his decision, and I shouldn't be feeling embarrassed because he decided not to choose the pregnancy or us, which is okay. So, just to say the least, I'm still traumatized till today. And it's something that I talk openly about on Instagram with my family, with him, with my friends, that I don't look forward to having a second born. Not with him. I don't know what will change. I think it will take I don't know, the amount of prayers that it will take for us to like even like build another family, like start over again. I don't know. It's so hard because I still feel resentment from 3 years, 4 years ago when I got pregnant. Because now it's actually 4 years ago when these things happened. I felt that as much as he wasn't ready, I feel like maybe there was a different and a better approach, because making me feel lonely and going through the emotions alone and ghosting me from time to time just because I was so adamant and I kept the pregnancy against his wish. I still don't see how right that is, and I know I need to go to therapy for that so that I can heal that wound, because it weighs so heavily on me. And for the longest time, I've always been feeling resentment towards him because of that. And looking forward, fast forward, my baby is so cute. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. Period. I love my baby so much. And he's brought healing to me in so many ways, despite me going through the mental waves and stuff. He's one of the reasons that I'm still here. Like, I still push through despite it all. So I'm grateful for my baby. He's the gift that I never knew that I needed. And I'm so grateful to God for giving me the gift that keeps on giving. So fast forward, I gave birth. And during the pregnancy period, because I felt like he sidelined me, I felt like he was ashamed of me, which is true. And he didn't treat me right by all means. That is so true. Yani nikiwaonyesha messages zenye nilikuwa na simp, I will beg him to treat me right. And I'm even feeling sorry for myself. You should never beg anyone to treat you right, Jameni. And it's because my attachment style also in the relationship was unhealthy. I depended on him for support, emotionally, physically, financially, and I didn't let my friends in. It's like I was on my own. I had postpartum depression also after giving birth, which got worse. Yeah, it was hard. Anyway, so because of how he treated me, I was open and I told him straight up, let's raise this baby separately. Let's co-parent. I'll live in Nairobi because I had my own house at Bedsitter, but I was so comfortable because it's what I could afford, and I was proud of myself because where I come from, it's an achievement to even like be in a bed sitter, not even a single room. So I was like comfortable, and I was like, you know what, I got this. Um, for the meantime, if you wanna support, you support. And one thing I've always like known about my baby daddy is that he's a good provider. So far, so good. And he cares for his son, and he came to love him. And I feel like the wound has never healed too, because there was no apology given, no closure given. Never said, I'm so sorry, you gave me the best gift ever. Like, I'm so glad you didn't even abort him, even when I was pressuring you to. I don't know what kind of closure I need, but no apology. I should just let it go. I don't know. Aki, guys, don't judge me. I'm just trying to be honest with you guys, how things have been and how it all started and how we even found ourselves in this situation. So because of how you treated me, I was like, you know what, me, I've had it to hear, and I'm so sure because you treated me this badly, it won't get any better, so let's live separately. We can raise this baby separately. I even have the text, I have all the conversations on WhatsApp, because we were still doing long distance by the time I'm heavily pregnant. And then I told him we start looking for like hospitals, we start like shopping for the baby. He was so reluctant. I think he was doing his research and asking people around, because he also kept it a secret on his end, which was okay. Me, I didn't want to be recognized by anyone. I didn't want him to introduce me to his family just because I'm pregnant. I was comfortable with how we were. I just want to raise this baby. We have a child together, and that's enough. I don't want anything else. Like, yeah, I was mentally prepared that I'm going in as a single mom, and we're going to parent this baby. And that was my decision, which I felt that was so right, because going through pregnancy and what I went through, yani, I just couldn't bear anymore. And he showed me that he didn't want me. And why am I forcing things? It wouldn't get any better if the pregnancy was that bad. So going in to I think when I was 8 months pregnant, he suggested, because I'm almost due, and we've looked around, and he's looked around and asked his friends, and he doesn't know any good hospital. And at the time RFH ilikuwa inashinda ikiadvertisiwa, I think sijui iko Ruai ama wapi. And I was like, I wanted that hospital because I saw so many good reviews online. I also kept checking for a hospital, and he told me that he knows a better hospital, and his friends have recommended that hospital to him, and it happened to be here in Nakuru. And he suggested I come, I give birth, we stay like 3 months until the baby amekuwa kidogo, and then we can shift like to a different house. Like, he will pay for the rent, and until like I'm able to stand on my own, and then we can talk about like how we're going to be splitting the bills. And I was okay with this, because I also knew that I needed to be taken care of, because now like I'm due, and I don't know, like I'm so naive. I'm going into motherhood so young and fresh. I don't know anything about it. I don't have anyone who can come and take care of me and come over, you know. So I was like, okay. Plus, I felt so lonely in the house, and I was so terrified. Maybe anything can happen. I can have labor pains at any time. So at least with him around here in Nakuru, it will be easy for us to maneuver through all these emotions. And in case of anything, like, I felt like I'll be safer here. So I agreed to it, and I came here. And fast forward, I gave birth in the same hospital that he was told. And this is where everything changed. Remember, we had talked about living separately, and we had agreed, and he acted to like have supported me in the decision, and he had agreed that anyway we are not, it hasn't worked out. And yeah, I also think like living separately is the best thing. And my baby daddy was in the room when I was giving birth, and he was the one like massaging me and stuff. And he saw the baby before I saw him. He saw the baby coming out. I don't know what changed, but from this moment, he even started treating me so good for some reason. I don't know why. And he became so sweet. He became hands on. He was really helping with the baby from month 1 to month 3, month 4. I didn't have any complaints. I was happy. I got all the help I needed. And he also took like a paternity leave for a whole month and some few weeks. Sijui alikuwa na pending leave, so it's like we stayed together for the first 2 months. Plus, I didn't have like consistent nannies in the house at the time. The ones that I had nilikuwa nashinda nikivuta, cause I was just not getting along with them. Plus, I had like attachment issues, as in mambo zilikuwa mob. I've given out my stories about my living nannies. Kuna manani drama kama 3 in my channel. In case you're interested, just go to my videos and then search nanny drama. You'll find them, so you'll get to understand, because I've had nannies from day one, nimewavuta after 2 weeks, and until it nikafika point I don't need like living nannies, I opted to have a day bag, which worked for me for a couple of months, until I then like mentally prepared myself to now go back to having living nannies, because it's more convenient, and I needed like more hands in the house. And yeah, so blah blah blah. Anyway, what happened when I gave birth? I received calls, new numbers, and it was from his family. And it shocked me because I knew that they didn't know anything about it. But when he was in the labor room, something changed in him, and he opened up to his mom and he told his mom, oh, you know what, I got somebody pregnant, I got my girlfriend pregnant, and we've actually given birth. My mom was also calling. My mom knew him from before because my mom wanted to be hands-on. Like, she knew that I was going through labor and she's not here, she's far away, so she wanted to be updated. So my mom knew even when I'm going through labor, she was praying with us, she was praying for us, and he was keeping her updated. And Mimi, do you Mimi, I've delivered. It's like it's barely an hour later, I'm receiving new calls, congratulations messages, congratulations calls from his family side. And they were excited. They welcomed me, like from the calls they were like super excited that they have like a grandchild, which was super nice. But I was shocked because it's not something that we had spoken about, because he told me that he wasn't telling them anything about us and he was going to keep us a secret, and which I didn't mind, by the way. Me, as long as you're like taking care of your child, I don't care about all these things, because I'm not here for recognition, because we also like not working out. And it was like we didn't have a relationship at the time. And then from the conversation that he had with his mom, he later on told me that the mom told him that we live together. But this is just how I found myself living with this guy. Like, I didn't agree with it to it. We didn't plan this, but hivyo ndio tulipata miezi zimekuwa miaka. But things started changing and shifting, and he went back to his previous behaviors when my baby was 5 months. And I was back to the stress. I also suffered from postpartum depression. And I was back again to this cycle. Like, I'm finding him cheating. He's anajitetea hivi. I'm forgiving him. A month later, we are back with the same issue, maybe a different girl and stuff, maybe an intern. Hey, it was messy, very messy. Anyway, so I knew that I needed to leave the relationship when I got pregnant because of how he treated me. But now having a baby, you're also scared of how what people will say to you, will say about you. You're a single mom. There's that stigma around still single moms, like mtu ameshinda keep family yake, or people see you and think that you're the problem. There's that stigma around being a single mom, plus the pressure, and maybe feeling that you're an embarrassment to your own family. What will people think about my mom? Her daughter amezaa out of wedlock. The daughter is a single mom living alone with the son. So for so many reasons, I still kept staying despite the hurt, despite the heartbreaks, despite the disrespect, despite me being loyal and begging him to change. And emotional abuse is so bad. So we kept talking about it. I had so many mental breakdowns until it was this time that I decided to pack my bags and my baby's bags and leave. And I actually left. And I don't want to get into it, but I left and I went for 2 weeks. And he called my mom and they tried talking. And he said so many things about me. He said that I don't like his friends, the same friends that are giving him girlfriends and they are cheating with, the same friends that will hook him up. How will I like them? Thank you. I'm waiting to hear how will I like them. So I don't have to like his friends, and his friends are not my friends. So I even learned about having boundaries, and for the longest time, his friends and I, they will never like come to this house. And he felt so bad because he felt that I'm separating him from his friends. But honestly, after being traumatized and nakuja napata, it's your friend who are pretending to be my friends that are hooking you up with these girls, and they know about these girls and they're talking badly about me, and you're entertaining the dirty talks that they're having with your girlfriends. No way. How will I accept such disrespect in the same house? And I just felt like I wasn't ready. But with time I had to let it go because it was weighing me down. And yani kubeba chuki, kubeba bitterness. At the end of the day, you'll be out and about living your own life, without knowing how your actions are affecting another person. And now I'm here, I'm carrying all this bitterness around. My heart is so heavy. I'm not even like happy. Sometimes it's good letting go, even when without closure, without apologies. You just let it go and forgive people without them even having asked for the forgiveness, just for your own good, because you feel lighter. Yeah. And it's self-care. Forgiving people is self-care. You forgive them, let it go, and let God. And it's life. These things happen left, right, and center. And for the longest time, I didn't believe that I deserved to be cheated on. I didn't like see it coming. I didn't think that I can be cheated on, because this was the first time, and it was the first guy that I'm dating that was showing me pepe and character development, despite being so loyal and so good. Maybe I was clingy because my attachment style ni hivo, and I understand. Yani, life is so crazy. You want somebody who's loyal, but you don't want the clinginess. You want somebody who's faithful, but you don't want to be their best friend. You'll say that they don't have friends outside the relationship, and it's an issue. Yani, mtaka yote ukosa yote. So I honestly don't know. And I was so young, and I felt like going through this, um, raising a baby, being a young mom, I wasn't mentally prepared for all this. It just happened. And I did mention that we didn't plan for the pregnancy, and I actually took P2 and it backfired on us. And later on, I've had the accusation and been blamed that, oh, how did it fail? They missed out. Did you even take the P2 and stuff? It's so crazy. Mara, I wanted to trap him. Mara, I don't know, but it's okay. It's life. So all this, I think, by this time, then I was still okay. Yes, I was suffering from this postpartum depression, and I was hurting because of the infidelity. But fast forward to I left the house because he was cheating. When my baby was 7 months, I said that this I've had enough. I tried living when my baby was 5 months, but he escaped. Alitoroka before nitoke. And this is also the time that my best friend and I drifted, because she came and brought me a lot of shopping, and I was deep into the depression. I wasn't present. I was thinking of my exit plan, like I'm traveling, me I'm leaving, I'm going to my mom's house because I can't take this. Sijafukuzwa kwetu, by the way, and I know what I'm worth, and I can't tolerate these behaviors. I'm not a strong person. Yani, count me out. I'm not a soldier. I'm not here to suffer, please. You just go and stick to your people and your friends and your girlfriends. Me, I'm okay. I'll better on my own. I'm good on my own. I was like, to hell with it. I'm leaving today. So my best friend came with with her boyfriend, who happens to be my baby daddy's best friend till today. Uh, I used to cover up for my baby daddy. I never wanted people to know. So me, I'm this person who is so secretive. I actually started opening up to my friends last year, and this has had such a big impact on my mental health. I've been doing better sometimes badly, but I can't compare. It's better when I speak it out. Now I can tell my friends like anything, like I don't bottle it up. And through sharing, it has healed some parts of me, and it has also made me to see life in a different perspective. Saa zingine naona even my friends are going through some things that are heavy, and we get to share them, and we even laugh about some things, and we get better options and solutions on how to go about it and stuff. And I actually learn a lot from my friends, because they have better and more experiences, and some are older than me. And yeah, yani hii dunia iko na vitu mingi na watu wanakapitia. And man is a social being. Yeah, so when you find your right cycle, I'm not saying that every person should know your intimate things, but sometimes it's better not suffering in silence and letting them in. What's the worst that could happen? Hata wakikutangaza, bora kujaiweka kwa, you've not let it in, it's not weighing you down, you're not depressed, it's not making you have like a bad shape mentally and stuff. So um I've spoken about how my best friend and I lost touch for like an year plus because I was just so depressed. My life wasn't going as I wanted, and being an overachiever, having good grades, being that girl who worked hard to change home, and things are now like stagnant. I was doubting myself, like, why did I even like get an A minor? Why was I working hard in high school? Why did I even go to campus? Why did I even like work hard in campus? Because life is not working out the way I thought it will do. It will work out because I pictured myself going to campus, do my internship for 1 year, which I did and I passed, get a good job, be able to provide for my family, my own family, take care of my mom and my siblings, which is something that I desired to do, and I have done it before for a couple of years, which I enjoy so much. And I feel so bad to see myself in a situation that I can't still give them the life that they deserve, but I'm praying to God that will open doors. So fast forward to, this has become like a whole story time, like on how I met my baby daddy and how our first years were, and yeah, so we broke up. Yeah, we broke up. I broke up with him, and I kept telling him that I'm leaving, I'm leaving, I'm leaving, and I never left because it's one thing. It's not easy living, trust you me, it's so hard, it's the hardest thing, especially when kids are involved. As a mom, you want to feel like you want to hold your family together, you want to give your baby like a perfect nuclear family. You want your baby to grow up seeing his dad, seeing his mom under the same roof, growing to have like a normal childhood like most kids have. So you start battling with the idea of you living and you staying and you sacrificing your mental um, health. So it happened to me, and it took a toll on me for years. I think for 2 years, I was really struggling mentally because it didn't get any better. Things even got worse. There was physical abuse. I remember the first time he hit me, it was in January. We just like crossed over 2021, December, I think 31st, going into the new year 2022, 1st of January. So this was the first time, and I couldn't even like fathom like how did it happen. I didn't believe it was me who was like hit. I didn't believe, and I was left speechless. And for days after this incident, I kept wondering like how, why. Yani ilifanya I felt so low, and I didn't understand it. So fast forward to me keeping it as a secret. I was so embarrassed because I didn't see myself being beaten. Like I didn't believe. I don't even know how to explain. And you feel you're in denial. You don't accept it. You feel embarrassed for yourself. You don't want people to know. You keep it as a secret. You don't open up about it. And the moment that he hits you the first time, it becomes sasa a leeway. It opens up now this side of him. It opened up this side of him that I didn't know that existed. And it became 2 times, it became 3 times, it became 4 times. And I opened, the first person I told that imagine that he hit me was his sister, and he dismissed it. He said uongo. And this is why so many victims of violence and domestic violence and rape and stuff keep to themselves because of the judgment that comes with opening up. It's not your truth, it's their truth. Let people own their truth. Let people speak up. Encourage them to speak up. Just because somebody is related to you, maybe you see them in a different light. And it hurt me so badly, like having to open up, and it took me so much energy and convincing that, Ebu, let me tell someone. And she was the first person I told. And then the second time, I had to tell my mom, and it was so bad. I cried so bad, and my mom felt the pain so bad. And my mom was like, Dinda, come home. My mom told me to leave here and then. And my baby daddy was in the room at the moment, and this is the place where him and my mom, from that day, he fears even my mom calling and stuff, because anaona ni kama CV yake iliharibiwa. I don't know, I think sometimes people get through and get over these things, I think, with therapy or with a good support system, because these things, I feel like they're not normal. They shouldn't be normalized to being stuff that happen. But I feel like if both parties are willing, maybe mnaweza solve and you can refrain from this. Because I remember one thing about him, what like took a toll on me, and how I started becoming like having episodes of depression na kuwa vizuri, and then sometimes I'm not feeling like myself again, is because the way he talks to me, it's not the way any human should be talked to. He's not gentle with me. He treats me so badly to a point where he doesn't respect me, like the way he talks to me day in and out. So I develop a coping mechanism. I would avoid him by all means. Nikimwona amefika kwa nyumba, I will come to the room, and that's how we've been living. And to answer all through this video, because I put a question box on my Instagram, I think 2 months ago in March, and you guys asked me question regarding my relationship with my baby daddy, and I hope throughout the video you guys have answered your questions, because there was a question, how do you still live with him? And the answer to that is yes, we still live together, we cohabiting at the moment. So we are not together, but because of circumstances, I've had to like stay back and just be present and try to be like present for my baby. Although I don't like it like this, it's not my ideal situation, because I don't want to raise a broken baby. I don't want to raise my baby in a dysfunctional family. So I'm just like trying to get through these emotions, maybe go back to therapy, get my mental health straight up, so that we can get back to hustling and looking for jobs. And hopefully, when I get a good job, we can now like work something out and live separate, because I've always wanted to be in another place, but because I can't afford it at the moment, it's so hard. And for him, he has the finances to give my baby the life that I would love for him to have. And it's crazy that we as parents, and we sacrifice our happiness, our peace, to just to see our babies get through life. And personally, I come from a dysfunctional home. I've mentioned it before in one of my videos. I opened up to you guys and I told you guys I have daddy issues. So I've been raised in a dysfunctional family, and I've seen how it affects the child. So I remember there was this time we were fighting. We fight a lot, like we argue a lot. It's a normal thing. That's why I have this coping mechanism. I travel just to cool and keep my cool. I travel just to avoid the drama, because I don't want to see my baby seeing me being a mess, seeing me drinking myself because I'm so stressed and I'm confused. I don't know what to do, and I don't like seeing my baby. Let me tell you guys one thing. You know how your child learns words? So one of the first words Tam Tam learned, apart from mommy and daddy and maji and water and good morning and wakey wakey, one of the first words that my baby learned was, mommy, don't cry. And it was so bad. I'll just be here in my room and he will enter and he will touch me and he would literally comfort me and tell me, Mommy, don't cry, Mommy, stop crying. And he was so young. I think he was like 2 years of age then. And I remember having a conversation with the dad. After I came back, I went to Mombasa for 1 month, just trying to like get my life together. And I got a good job offer, and I felt like it was a good start. So leaving my baby behind is never an easy thing to do, and I don't wanna cry because I told myself there's no crying. That's why I even did makeup, so that we could avoid the tears coming. Because yo, baby girl, you have lashes, you can't be crying. One of the so I got a job offer like in March, and my friend hooked me up with an international organization that deals with also nutrition. And I've not worked like a real job or a good job since I graduated, because after graduation I worked in the casino, got pregnant after a few months, and my baby daddy told me that I just raised the baby for like 2 years. So I have like a whole 3 year 4 year gap missing in my CV. Although I worked managing the shop, the water shop, which I stopped going, I think, sometime last year because of the differences we had with my baby daddy. So I didn't have any source of income to support myself or support my baby. Can you believe I even like took up like waitressing job? I worked as a waitress in a certain club here in Nakuru, and my baby daddy was forcing me, like not forcing me to quit, but was begging me. And like, okay, it's in a way forcing, because he would like abuse me on a daily, tell me siwezi pitana na waitress, you're just a waitress, go hang out with your waitresses. How can you work in a as a waitress in a club? You can't even earn the same amount you are earning from the shop. He will just belittle me and he will get into my head and yani mess my self-esteem. I will cry. I will cry. I will drink myself. Yani, it's like I wanted to like die. I was so suicidal as well for some months last year. But now we are doing better. Guys, it has not been easy. I'm just trying not to give as many information, like to be like too detailed, but it has not been easy. But we thank God. I'm here. I'm alive. And there's so many times that I wanted to die. There's so many instances that I was so suicidal. And there's so many times that I really thank God for my friends. My friends will come to pick me up. I was so broke. I couldn't even afford at a sweetie at 10 bob. And I'm just telling you to encourage you. And I keep telling you guys, my channel, like, don't just see people and assume wako sawa. And it reminded me, I went to a burial. My mom lost his dad in September last year, and then lost her grandma this year, I think in March or April, thereabout. And I remember one of it's like an aunt to me. She's my mom's cousin. She was telling me, Ati, oh, Dinda, mnafanya kazi? Nikamwambia, no, I'm not working, but I'm job hunting currently, because I it's so hard just me posting and being consistent here. Sometimes even when I post videos, you can't really know what I'm going through, because those are just like snippets of my life, like throughout the week. An hour vlog is just like 10 minutes daily. So, and I was not talking about it. I just wanted to keep it to myself. But my friends knew, my close friends knew, and my family knew. And yeah, so last year was one of my hardest years yet, and I don't know how we even survived it. And I really thank God for my mom. I thank God for my brother. I thank God for my sister. I thank God for my close friends. They really held me up. I was into the pits of it. I even checked myself into therapy. I was doing so badly off. Plus, being manipulated to thinking that you're not enough, you're crazy, doesn't do you any good. So last year, I lost my phone, so I couldn't even like vlog. And even before that, I was not in the right mental headspace to shoot. I kept telling you guys in my videos I'm not doing okay, but I'm trusting in God, things will get better. And um, I'm wishing you guys that in whatever you're going through, that we'll all overcome it. And I think that's life. Like it's normal. And also, I think this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. I feel people should normalize speaking about these things. Yes, I went through a dark season in my life, and maybe people outside will never like understand it. This time I was drinking, I was really drinking, and I was so broke. I never had money. So later on, I came to know that my baby daddy told his friends that Ray, the reason like ati him and I are not like okay right now, it's because I'm embezzling funds from the shop, which was such a total lie. He just didn't want to tell them the truth, which the truth was he went through my phone and he got some flirting messages, which I even like feel bad about it because at this moment we had broken up in 2022 October, and I was sleeping in a different room from sometime in July last year. For over 6 months, I was sleeping in a different room. We were not like romantically involved, there was no intimacy. And I'm the one who does that. I don't give in to him because I used to feel so bad when he asks me for intimacy, and the few times that I would give in, because most of the times I was like, no, I would like even sleep and take the couch. I have done that hundreds of times because I don't see the point of being intimate with someone and you're going behind my back to talk ill about me, and you're cheating on me left, right, and center. You're lying to me, you're disrespecting me, you're treating me so badly. So it was getting to my head. Yani, I was doing so badly rough. Like I was dying. I wanted to die. I'm not lying. And I remember there's this time I'm telling him, okay, please, can you just adjust your behaviors? Don't talk to me that way. It affects me mentally. You're making me go mad. Like I was literally going crazy. I was going mad. And my baby will come to me and ask me, even in his presence. He even did that like a few days ago before I went to Nairobi to see my mom. We had a family emergency, so I had to go to Nairobi. And also wanted to see my friend who just lost her mom like in December. So it was her first Mother's Day. Going about her day without her mom, it's so hard. So I'm also trying to like balance my friendship, balance motherhood, balance. It's not easy, but I'm glad I'm trying. Even when I'm not okay, at least I'm there for those that I care about and those that care about me. So uh my baby daddy has this habit of using information that I've told him against him. There are times that I'm just like chilling and he will just start saying that your dad doesn't even love you. Why would you tell me that? Why will you get into my head? Why will you gaslight me into such things? Yeah, because I was planning to move out and he knows that. And I told him, can we just talk about it? How will we go about it? What are you willing to provide? I can take the kid to my mom because my mom was willing, and she's kept telling me, bring the baby, I raise him for you. The baby can even like stay outside school until he's 4 because he's still young, he's 3 years. It's not a must that Akwe International School play group. Get your shit together, then come take your baby. So I was thinking about it, but one thing about me, we are taking care of my mom. She's feeling sick. Why would I even give her my baby anze kukimbia? Like I don't like that scenario. Like I was trying to picture like every option that I had, and that was an option because my mom was so willing and she was encouraging me to do it and telling me go look for work. And one thing I thank God, at least I'm healthy. I have both hands and legs. So when my baby daddy learned about that, he was like, how will your mom be able? It's like his belief, he's disrespectful. Like even to, it's so crazy. He'll start saying that, oh, your mom that can't take care of my sister, my blood sister, how will she be able to take care of my son? How would you even say that? My mom is the best mom in the world ever. The sacrifices this woman has made, I pray to God for her to live so many years and for her to enjoy the fruits of her labor, because the life that I will give her, you guys, I pray that we are all here to witness it all, because she's really, really sacrificed herself for me, and she's the strongest woman I know. Any the strongest. The things she's been through, oh God, I can't even say it here. So I love my mom so much, and she's the best mom ever. She's the best grandma in the whole world, and I will be so comfortable her taking care of my baby, because I know she will sacrifice everything to make sure he's okay. Plus, it's temporary, so it was one of the options, but he kept gaslighting me and belittling. It's so crazy. So many things linger in my mind. I'm one person who ukisema kitu, it will stick. I take words seriously. Like, don't mess with your words. Don't be loose with your mouth, because they hurt and they will stick. So another thing, one thing about him is manipulating me to see that I'm going crazy. There are times that I will find messages on his phone, and he will go, when I confront him about it, he'll be like, he'll delete them and ask me, where are they? Show me. Wewe unafikiria vitu zako. And thank God, because I became wise, I would have already have taken screenshots of the conversation. There's this time, even before getting pregnant, these people don't change. If you see red flags at first, just leave it at that. You can't change this man. Time won't change this man. You'll just be digging. You'll just be digging a hole for yourself, which I did, and I'm trying to pick up the pieces. And so there's this time I found him cheating on me and flirting Pia on Instagram with one of his exes, and he was telling the chick how he misses her and how she should come back to Kenya, and she's waiting for her to marry her. And so I'm like, I think at the time, because the easy maflatin zake were very normal, like it's like a normal thing. So he was telling him that hana mtu, and so I'm like, with a newborn. So imagine seeing such, and you're going through postpartum, if it even worsens. And when I ask him, he's like telling me it's not him who is texting, it's his friends who are texting using his phone, that they are not his messages. And he will get into your head. And this is not the first time this guy is doing this. Even when, before I was pregnant, I used to find flirty messages and all those nonsense on his phone, and he would make me believe, I'm very serious, I'm not lying, that it's not his, it's his friends. And he will even like mention the friend's name. No, ni nani alikuwa anatumia simu yangu. He'll even mention 3. And I don't know if it's him or him or him, but it's not me. I didn't even know these messages are here. Yani, playing mind games with you. Fast forward to last year. The moment that I decided like mimi nimeosha mkono. I was from church, and I remember this day praying to God and telling him, God, expose things. I don't know why this day was so specific. Please expose anything that you need me to know. Please expose it. And fast forward to like lunchtime, kitu saa 8, I tell him that I need to go shopping, and he took me, because I went to church with my baby and our nanny, and he came to pick us from church. We went shopping, and my nanny had requested me to take her to Wajose, ajue mahali atakuwa anabuy nguo, where I buy my stuff. So I'm taking her to Wajose, and before I even leave the car, tulikuwa tumepark hapo Total, and I tell him, you know what, I'm feeling cold and my dress haina pocket, can you assist me? Uko na jacket kwa boot? Akanyambia ile jacket yangu ya black, my jacket is there, go and take it. See me, I take the jacket. So when I'm about to cross the road, we've just, after it's like 10 steps from the car, but they've like gone to shave with my son. So it was March last year. So I'm trying to put my phone inside the jacket, and I had like I felt like a box, and I'm like, this particular shape of this box, it sounds so like Niki tunajua, what is this? What could this be? And I had my doubts. I fucking knew that this could be a box of condoms, and true to it, it was. And I felt like gari zinigonge. I felt like I was dying, and I was saving for my license. Tell me why I went and spent 10,000 on things that I didn't need. I went on a spree shopping, like I went and bought clothes, and I felt like I wanted to die. And trust you me, shopping makes me feel better. I've said this before. Therapy, retail therapy works good on me. Like it's not a healthy way of coping, like it's not a good stress coping mechanism, because you end up like spending a lot of money on things you didn't need because of stress. And this is the time that his actions would make me do drastic decisions and be very irrational, and I felt like dying. I wanted to die instantly. And this is how I ended up spending 10,000, 8,000, 8,500, going to 10,000 on clothes that I didn't need, but they made me happy and insane at the moment. And when I confronted him, he was like, no, that's not mine. You know, this jacket, I gave it to my friend. We went out clubbing the other day, and I didn't even know they were there. And imagine, you can just see him lying through his words. And imagine he came to confess that it was his 2 months later because he was fasting. And when they're fasting, he can't lie. And then he been carried a fool for all those months. And that's, you see, got this. You see the 200,000, the braces that he keeps accusing me. Oh, you have expensive braces and you're working as a waitress. I can't even work with you anymore because you're a waitress. I can't even take you out because you're a waitress. Go hang out with the waitress. You're shallow minded. Tungepitana kwa corridor kwa hii nyumba, he's calling me, mi siwezi pishana na waitress, lakini it's like ananigonga, like waitress is belittling me. And then I'm like staying in my other room because I have like kuna master bedroom, and mimi I'm one person who will sacrifice my comfort for my peace of mind. I will, when he's triggering me, I will travel a lot. Like ndo hiyo mimi nimeenda Nairobi at my best friend place. I go hang out there. I do self-care. To me, self-care, doing my nails, doing my makeup, doing my manicure is a form of self-care. Self-care to me, it gives me some sanity. I don't know how to explain it, but just closing my eyes and having self-care done on me, and at least then I'll head money. Now, being depressed and being in the pits of depression and you're broke, it's just the worst feeling ever. That's when I started feeling like the suicidal episodes were more intense, because now I'm like, yani, I can't even, my brother would ask me for petty cash. My mom will tell me her meds zinaisha, I'm supposed to refill them, and I know I don't have money at this point. I'm hustling, I'm trying to look. So this is how I ended up working as a waitress, because I couldn't take it. I don't like seeing my family suffering. And this is also the same reason I went to Mombasa to try make it. It didn't work out. I don't know why things are not working out for me, because I remember when I was going to Mombasa, it tried triggering me and telling me that, oh, you don't even love your son, you just love him because you carried him in your belly, and the only people that you care about are just your mom and your siblings because you're sacrificing for them. And tell me why this guy wants to act right every time that he sees that I'm serious, that I'm leaving. Because when I left, he started like telling me like, I'll even give you back the shop, let's agree, you'll start getting money from the shop, because for like since July I've not been getting money from the shop, and I've still been managing it like low key. And recently I helped him save the shop, because I literally like came up with ways of how to a system yenye unajua like the amount of money tunapata, and just like to reduce any chances of any employee taking money from the shop, like in a mitigate a lot. So I noticed some inconsistencies, and I came back, and no, when I was still in Mombasa, I uncovered a whole thing that was going on under his nose, and I saved him the embarrassment. And this guy was still so bitter. I keep telling him, just heal your bitterness, because it's not the right environment to raise any child. And you know what he tells me? This baby is just 3 years, he will forget. He's so young. And I'm telling him, maybe you didn't grow up in a broken family, you don't know how it hurts. Because Mimi, I still remember so many things that happened when I was a child. Nikuwa class 6 nikuwa, but for him, the excuse is giving me, ananiambia ati no, he's just 3 years atasahau, there's nothing anelewa. And tell me why, when I came back from Mombasa 3 days ago, no, I came back from Mombasa the next day. I was just chilling in the living room with my son, and he was also there. And my son started beating him and telling him, my son was beating him, and he was asking me, Mommy, why did you go? Come home. And he will also say that on phone. Did daddy beat you? And now that I'm present, like we are seeing each other, he would ask me the same, like, Mommy. And I felt like crying. It was such a painful thing to hear, because it's 1 month later. He's not witnessed any like physical abuse, because of late, ever since like I cut off the intimacy, and he's not providing like for me like directly. He doesn't cater to my needs, so I don't owe him like any conjugal rights. You get it? Because every time that we will be intimate, I will end up regretting it the next day, because he will still like talk to me rudely, treat me nastily, and disrespect me in front of people. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not here for sympathy votes. I'm just like explaining to you guys. I know that I'm not the first one to go through this. There's nothing new under the sun, and so many people don't understand the dynamics of our relationship. And the dynamics of our relationship right now, we're just like raising this kid, and personally, I'm looking for a stable job so that I can calm my mental health. I think pia because I'm not working, my depression keeps on coming back. And also I'm supposed to I'm so grateful to God. At least I accepted that I have help. I need help, and I checked myself into therapy. He refused therapy so that we could like see how we could salvage everything. He refused going to therapy. He told me, "You go. I can't go to therapy." So there is that. And one thing about me, it hurts me so much. I don't want my baby to go through what I went through, because I've seen the effects of being raised in a dysfunctional home, and I don't want that for my baby. That's what I'm fighting against. So at the moment, what I'm doing to like try to help that, I'm just avoiding him, because every time we are together, or no conversation inakwanga normal, it's always arguing, which takes a toll on my baby. My baby even starts crying, and there's a time we like got into a physical fight, and I also hit him back, and he hit my baby, I think mistakenly, because one thing about him, I know he loves his son. That one I know, and he's a good dad. We might have not worked out, but we're still bound for forever, I guess, because he's the child's father. I'm never gonna try to replace my baby daddy, in terms of he's always gonna be my son's father, whether we work out or not, whether we move on, whether I find love elsewhere. We never know what God's plan is. Plus, I'm really at the point of my life when I have surrendered everything to God. And I've talked a lot about so many things, and this is just to encourage anyone out there. You're not alone. In case you're going through a similar situation, seek the help you need. If you can access therapy, and things get better. I'm also not like 100%. I think I'm like 65%, because recently I also got some triggers about my family, and I'm still going through it. I actually need to book my therapy session soon, because since December's gender therapy, so I've been doing badly rough, so we need that, and I need to stay consistent. But I hope I've answered you guys your questions. I've seen you guys asking where is my hubby. we've never like had like an official like rush or something. And I remember there's this time I told him, I keep saying like we need to go separate ways, and there's this time I told him that, and he's like, let's go to the court, go and sue me, you'll just be asked for the marriage certificate. And I'm asking him, you know that we are not like married, there's no marriage certificate, why are you triggering me, like why are you playing with me, why are you manipulating me, why are you any easy mind games mbaya mbaya, like it's crazy. I don't know. So I don't know. So, and Mimi, I'm not like at here for the money or gold digging. May I just pray that God open doors for me so that we can have like a happy ending for my baby and I. And whichever the case, he's always going to be the dad's father. I'm not going to be the bitter baby mama ati nakazia mtoto wangu kuona babake, which is something I think he fears if I get money, because I figured he likes controlling me. He's okay providing for us. But Mimi, I'm not comfortable with that, because I know me not working affects me mentally, because I have so many responsibilities that are pending, and I want to see my baby thriving and not in a toxic environment. Because if I had the finances, trust you me, say we would have been out of here. Not like at that means locking him out. He'll still be like in his baby's life, as long as he continues to like act right as the dad. So mi sina shida na hiyo, but I've come to accept that we didn't work out and it won't work out. I don't know why, because he's not willing to go to therapy. There's so many other like nitty-gritty things that affect our the dynamic of our relationship. So many things have happened. This is just like a tip of the iceberg, you know. And I just wanted to like say more things about my side of relationship. Justaki kumwa, this is not me kumwanika, this is just me talking about my mental health and the fluctuations and how things have been for like the past 2 years plus, and how I've just been covering things up for him, and also because of the fear of, you know what will people like think about you. And something happened to me when I was in Mombasa, and I was even asking God, why did God bring me here? Because when I went to Mombasa, coincidentally, I was playing with my baby. I was packing and I was playing with my baby. I think I was feeding him, and then I saw that he's not as active as usual, and he'd been like having like a bad flu, and also at the time he was also like suffering from, alikuwa na fevers, and I tried medicating him, nampatia Panadol, mara Cataflam, and the fever ilikuwa na subside inakuja, and now the third day I noticed that it's still spiking, and I opted to give him a suppository, and you know suppository work really faster, so I inserted it, ni ile ya kuweka kwa asshole, so I inserted it, and the fever fluctuated tu kidogo, but I was like, I didn't want to go to Mombasa and leave my baby sick. I'll feel so bad. So let me just go take him to the hospital, tupatiwe dawa that will be effective, because I was still treating the cough with Zytrek, and what else did I use for the cough? And some other flu syrup, but it didn't go away. So I figured maybe kuna infection. So mother's instincts ikanifanya tu like I rushed to the bathroom, the dad was there, and I told him, I need to take this baby to hospital, let's go, I'll catch Basia usiku 8. So that's what we did. We took him to the hospital, and we were given the not so good news that he was not doing well, so we had to be hospitalized, and that's how I cancelled my trip. And I was being expected nifike huko like already 3 days earlier, because it was during the Easter period, and I'd requested them to push, I'll be available after the Easter. And this is when my baby got sick, and I had to stay back like 3 extra days. So by the time I'm going to Mombasa, this Better Job, an international organization, NGO, had already replaced me. So I felt so bad, but sasa, what will I do? It's not my fault. My baby got sick. I tried. And one thing about me now, I'm not afraid of trying, and I'm not afraid of just going and getting the new experiences, because staying here also takes a toll on my mental health, because ukishinda umetukanwa ama umekuwa undermined, and even for him it's not even safe because we get into heated arguments like all the time. It's so bad for everyone. It's so bad for the baby, for me, for him. And he started even comparing me to my mom. He will tell me like, you've even started like living as your mom used to live you. My mom was working. My mom was going to the rural area kupanda ndio tulipie fee. This guy, I don't like somebody who uses your weak moments to use them against you. Like you will tell him something in confidence, like an intimate thing. Like I will tell him like this and this happened to me when I was young. And during an argument, he'll bring it up, something that is not even related to me. Maybe it's my father who did or my sibling who did. And that like reminded me, and you don't even open up, because your man should be your safe space. And when he's not your safe space, what are you doing? He will go and tell his friends things about me and my family. And I'm like, sasa hata ukiwaambia wananisaidia aje? And it felt so wrong. Anyway, I'm so grateful for those people who have been there for me. And my friends really held me down. It's been a rough journey, but yeah, we didn't cry. My eyes are still white. So I'm sorry if this video has been a trigger to some of you. I'm sorry if you're going through similar things like this. Sometimes I'm doing well, sometimes I'm doing badly. I'm crying, I'm bawling my eyes out. Sometimes I'm so depressed that I stoki kwa kitanda. Sometimes I need to go look for jobs in Nax, but sina teo nguvu. I keep on procrastinating. Imposter syndrome inaniingia. Sometimes I don't feel like shooting for YouTube because YouTube keeps me busy. I like editing my videos, I like posting, and sometimes I just pray to God, yani see YouTube yangu hit, can it just be a source of income that we can sustain a good lifestyle? Because if my dreams materializes for my YouTube channel and my YouTube journey, I'll also like be set to go. But I'm trusting in God, I'm believing in God that things will work out. I've been feeling so stagnant and being an overachiever. Like umetoka like life yako uko like I've achieved this, and things are going well, and then ufike a plateau. It takes also a mental strain on you. Like you start like feeling like others life yao inaenda, yako iko stagnant, which is a human feeling, but it's not easy. Like yeah, so sometimes I'm reading my Bible, some other weeks sina hata nguvu ya kusoma Bible. Sometimes I'm ignoring calls from my family and my friends because I don't want to talk. Sometimes I don't even feel like taking the bare minimum shower. Sometimes I didn't feel like eating. Sometimes I'm crying. Sometimes I'm not I wouldn't say I'm not addicted to alcohol. It's something I can stay for months without. But when I drink, especially since I think I lost my phone and I lost the shop, I lost income, and I now couldn't like provide for my family the way I used to. And my mom lost the dad. And I actually blame myself for that because my mom never went to see my grandfather in hospital, and she even lied about it. She told me that she went to hospital, but she couldn't without me doing the necessary. So I actually blame myself for that because me not being in the position to facilitate, she didn't do that. So I always feel bad for that, and it hurts me till today. Any life is crazy, and sometimes things can be going so badly for you that you lose sight and hope for the greater good. But yani, I'm just trying to keep my hope high. Sometimes I'm going to the church, sometimes I don't feel like going to church. And yeah, basically sasa my life, this chapter of my life is also called Figuring It Out, and my YouTube channel is actually iko na hiyo jina Figuring Life with Ray, I guess. And I'm doing things afraid. I'm just trying to be a present mom despite the challenges I'm facing, the depression, and it's not easy. Sometimes, not even sometimes, many times I lock myself in this room. I don't want to interact with people. So the only time I leave my room is when my phone is shutting off. I want to interact with my son. It's crazy. Life is crazy. Let me charge the phone.